Well, hello there and good day. Thank you for joining me. I am FrostPDP, and today we're going to use When the World Stopped Making Sense to talk a little bit about assessing an enemy's capabilities. Now, if you look at me, I'm Reagan. I'm this green color here, and I'm in a war, but it's a war that it looks. I mean, I've got 3,500. They've got less than 1,000. I've got the advantage here, right? By all rights, I've got the advantage here. So, the thing with an England campaign is often that you conquer easily. In other words, once you start snowballing, there's no natural rivals on the island to get claims against you easily to take you on. Well, except usually Scotland. And as you can see right at the top of the bat, well, it looks like there's an Ireland forming. Fortaloo doesn't actually control most of Scotland. Say does. But Say is only the third strongest power on the island, so they don't seem like a threat. Nevertheless, I've been watching this campaign for a while, and I know one thing that's important. This lady, the Queen of Say, married this guy, who was, at the time, a king. Where is he king of? Frisia. Coastal, and not too weak either. So when this woman dies, their firstborn child, who's already the king of Frisia, is going to inherit Say as well, either making this all Frisia or all Say. Now, what does that mean for me? Number one, it means basically an English kingdom has already made a jump, or I should say a British kingdom has already made a jump onto the mainland, which makes it a little harder for me to find a breakthrough, because if I try to go for their land, I have to fight them in my homeland. But more importantly, it means that he might be able to adopt that strength from the mainland and take me on directly, which is a whole other threat. Now, that might encourage me to go after Say itself, I don't know. That might encourage me to try to unify my geographic region into one solid area and go beat up an enemy. It might encourage me to make an alliance with Fortaloo, and then I have some protection against the mainland war, or I should say an island war, but it's my mainland, damn it. I can hope that Norse invasion wipes Frisia out like it did its neighbor, because that's Scotland and they're up here usually. They're not staying where they belong. So my point in this video, I guess, is to just teach you one basic way to assess an enemy. If you know that you have a neighboring threat, it's best to at least keep a general idea on what they've got going on for their next generation. Fortaloo, for example, he married a commoner. They've got male heirs, so it's not like killing off their king would make them much weaker. But it's worth knowing, because if I need to make an alliance, I need to marry one of mine to one of theirs. And that's okay, that's perfectly fine. It's a good idea, but that alliance is only going to go so far in stopping a much larger continental power. I guess a much larger in relation to everyone's strength so far. I mean, look, the only thing that's really standard here is Soissons. It's basically become France. Everyone else is pretty tiny. But united they're a threat, and I need to be aware of that. And you need to be able to take this particular approach to your play. At least I think you do. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe you've got a different style and you'd like to share that in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. It really does help this channel grow. It lets me know what you're watching. It lets me know to keep making more of these. And in general, it just makes me feel good. And as always on this channel, La Paz.